All right, my friends, welcome to my backyard pond. We are back at it again as I diligently look for my downed DJI Vision 2 that I lost 6 years ago as I sailed across the sky and the drone lost contact and into the pond it went, gone forever. I have been diligently looking because I've been using an underwater remote operated vehicle. Viewers of my show, RC Adventures, have been watching me go underneath the water with the LEDs and see as much as I can on the bottom. But I've never had a way to grid out certain areas to know where I had filmed before. I have no way to know what the bottom looks like really until today. You know, I've been searching for helpful and, radio control vehicles that actually serve a purpose, and I love showing those off. And look at what I was able to come up with, my friends. This is a very unique vessel I think you're immediately going to fall in love with because there are many features you have never seen before. There are 2 props on the back, not a big deal, but I think you'll like all of the ways that this functions in the water. These are 2 antennas via Wi-Fi that are communicating with my tablet attached to the radio controller. This has a camera on the front that has a robotic gimbal. This whole section will lift and lower down to look in the shallow areas, or if you're in the ocean where it's nice and clear, not the case here, you can see nice and clear, and it's recording to an SD card that's right on board. This is not the best part. It is not just enough that this thing can actually take a fishing line and take it all the way out to the middle of the lake and remote drop it so you can take it far past where you would cast. Not just a fishing boat, but the most important feature for me, the sonar on the bottom, which also acts as a fish finder. It has a fish finding light on it as well to attract fish, and this camera can reach down, like I said, to look at fish if you're a fisherman. But for me, it's going to help me map out because this has artificial intelligence, my friends. I can set waypoints out on the water, execute it, and it will go and search that area. So enough chit chat from me. I know we want to get in there. I am no pro. I've never read any kind of a sonar data before, but I'm ready to go with this to show you guys what it can do and learn with you. Okay, now before I put it in the water, I know people will be wondering, so here I'll show you. This is where the battery actually goes, and this is the battery itself. It has an indicator on it. This is the battery, it's waterproof. And there's a door right behind here where the memory card goes that records all the video. This is the on button right here. That is getting ready, setting up its Wi-Fi station, and now I'll start setting it up on my phone. So I wanted to keep it shallow. This is not the area that I lost the drone in, but I wanted to keep it shallow so you guys could see how this actually maneuvers around. Let me just unlock the thrusters. And then as I move side to side, it's either one propeller or the other. Now I'm just going slowly on this. Kind of looks like Android there for a second. I'm going to turn it around. Going slow. I'm going to zoom in so you can see this. Watch this camera. Is that crazy or what? You can look right at the bottom and then sail yourself along, watching the bottom in great detail. It even has reverse on it, my friends. Check this out. And you can turn. I'm going to click it into a different mode that allows me for a little bit faster speed, but you can't use the camera being down and rip away. So it does have a cruise control mode on it. That's the 3rd mode, that if you keep the throttle at full throttle for more than 2 seconds, you can take your finger off of the throttle stick and it will continue at top speed, which I think is about 10 miles per hour. Not very fast, but a great cruising vessel so we can search and rescue or go fishing and not scare all the fish away. Reversing. Okay, incredibly hard to see, but there is a school of minnows all around the weeds in there. They're very challenging to see, and you probably can't... Oh, right there. Yes, you can. There's way more than that. I'm going to try to sneak up on these guys because they're in the reeds and see if I can actually get a shot of these with the Power Dolphin. Look at them all. They're just swimming in schools. And this Power Dolphin is delicate enough to kind of just slowly work its way in there, filming the entire time, getting the most incredible shots, these little fish that normally I've never been able to see before. And with having reverse on this little thing, it makes it even easier to get in and around these reeds. Cool. It's amazing what can be opened up, like, as a view of the world with the hobby of radio control. Like, I just can't believe how far it's come in the last decade. You know, the things we're seeing today, for example, like this fish we've never seen at the ranch here today until now. Just having a machine that's gentle enough to kind of slide in there undetected. So cool. Now let's talk about the artificial intelligence. What if I wanted to send this on a certain path, right? Like, say I wanted it to go to a certain area with my fishing line or whatever, and it was out in the bushes and I couldn't quite see it, but I knew a GPS location and that's where I wanted it to go. Well, then I would set my waypoints. And the way I would do that is just, you know, you can tap the screen. Let me just do, how many here? Let's do, just for fun, bring it right back to us here, number 5. And push the start button, get ready for it to launch. And we can follow it on its path on the screen. I could also do this with the sonar on the bottom if I wanted it to chart a certain path itself. But I'd have to use a set a path area. There it goes, turns. It's executing the command. There is no obstacle avoidance that I know of, so you'll want to make sure to be clear of anything. Look at that, cruise through the water. So cool what they've done with radio control equipment these days. Look at that, guys. Okay, so let's flip over to the sonar mode and see what information we can find out about the bottom. Okay, so here we are. We're finally going to be able to test out the AI scanning. So let's get out a little bit here. You guys can see exactly how it is on my screen here. I'm going to make a triangle area for it to search out. Let's go to here. And start. It should start to go on its path now to number 1. Is it going to hit number 1? It looks like it's going to go to number 2 first. Or is it just on its way to 1? Okay, let's turn on the scanning. Looks like it lost its waypoints, or is it actually scanning exceptionally slowly? It is. So this must be on a super slow scan mode. So we really see the drop off over here. Wow. So it's just edging itself along over there. How do we know what the depth is? Okay, 5.7 meters. Nice. 5.7 meters. Fish icon off. Sensitivity 100%. So right now it is scanning the area that I need to have looked at, but because I have no idea what I'm looking at when I look at the information that it's giving me, I have a lot to learn about sonar apparently, and what I'm looking at on the screen. Is it like a straight down look at the floor of the pond? And if so, like, are the clear spots anomalies in the pond? What am I looking at? Look at this little beauty rip along. Pleasure craft through and through. Even will help you look at the fish or find the fish. Pretty darn cool. It's on cruise control right now. I'm just ripping it around, and then all I gotta do is touch the throttle and it kind of just comes to a stop like that. Let's bring it home. Kertunk. Well, there you go, my friends. Another beautiful day out by the pond. The PowerVision Power Dolphin showing us what it can do. Let me be straightforward. I am no good at reading sonar information, but I will be using this more just so I can understand. Just like any radio control hobby vehicle, it takes practice to get good at, and I definitely need to learn more about what this little beauty can do. But I think it was a good performance today. Guys, I'll leave a link to one of these in the video description box below the video player, and we will see you in the next episode of RC Adventures. Now, will we ever find this drone? I don't know, but tune in next time to see.